All right, we are live on YouTube. Welcome to a very special episode of Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli. Glad you could all join me here on this early Wednesday morning. If you're here in the U.S., it is 4:21 a.m. Pacific Time, 7:21 a.m. Eastern Time. Wednesday, April 17th, 2024. Taxes are due today. If you haven't done them, you got to do them. Got to do them. Got to get it done. Anyway, we're not here to talk about taxes. That's just a friendly reminder there. I've got a lot to talk about here today, and I'm going to try to keep this to about 45 minutes to an hour. But before we get to what I need to share here today, let me first of all make sure that everything is rolling smoothly. Let me check out the back end of YouTube, and it looks like it's rolling well. And let me also make sure that the notification has gone out. Looks like it has, and a sound check. Going to be here on this early Wednesday morning. If you're here in the U.S., it is 4:21 a.m. Pacific Time, 7:21 a.m. Eastern Time. All right. All is rolling well. I want to start off by saying I am at an extreme loss for words. One more time. I am at an extreme loss for words. Words cannot describe what I'm feeling. And many of you that know what's been going on here in my neck of the woods, also involving my girlfriend Dawn that lives with me, that also does content with me, that's also my business partner and helps me run the business here. Words cannot describe what either one of us are feeling right now. And last night, after I administered Dawn's last dosage of her medication that needed to be injected intravenously, and then I gave her medication, her and I both went to sleep. And I ended up getting up probably, maybe a few hours or so after I tried to get some sleep. I could not sleep. I could not sleep. I had a hard time sleeping. And, after just seeing what continues to happen to Dawn and myself out here on YouTube unprovoked, in unjust ways, I felt the need to come out here and just talk about this. Like I'm really just, I'm floored. I'm very upset. I'm extremely upset. I sound calm, and I'm being calm because I'm tired of being upset. When you get very upset, it drains your energy, and you can't focus properly to get the right words out that need to be said. I want to make it very clear. I'm going to share a lot of things here regarding exactly what's going on, the absolute truth. And if some people choose to not believe it, who cares? It's not a big deal. It's none of your business anyway. Yes, we are public figures and we make, our lives, the business of people online. But there are limitations. There are limitations to what people can do. People are entitled to their opinions. That's not a problem. But when you take it way too far and it causes ruckus and it causes a disturbance to what Don and I are trying to create out here, and it's purposefully done to try to destroy that, I'm going to talk about it, and I'm going to set the record straight. Thank you so much to the 14 people that are here. I know it's still very early in the morning here on the West Coast and still pretty early on the East Coast, so I don't expect a whole lot of people to be here, but I'm sure most of you will catch this on the replay. So let's get right to it. The topic of today's show is who's really exploiting Don, and I will not stop defending Don's honor and mine. One more time. Who's really exploiting Don, and I will not stop defending Don's honor and mine. I'm going to get right to it. Excuse me. I'm going to get right to it. I'm not going to pussyfoot around anything. I have been accused by several people out here. Obviously, it's people that, don't like me and haven't liked me for a while. And I don't value anything that these people say or do, but these people do affect what other good people see and hear when they're deciding whether they want to support Don or I or come over here to our channel. It affects us in that way. And that's what Don and I care about. Don and I are able to ignore the bullshit. We're able to ignore what the trolls and haters are saying. But when the trolls and haters take it a bit too far, like one person, let's just say it's Jamie. It's obviously Jamie. When he takes it way too far and makes it his mission to try to slander my name all over YouTube and defame my character, right? And furthermore, exploit people on this platform, including Don. We'll share more about that in a bit. I have to step in. I have no choice but to come out here publicly and talk about this. I've been accused of being a drama channel. If you think I'm a drama channel, so be it. Change the channel. If you don't like what I'm saying here, if you don't want to hear what I have to say, you can leave. You don't have to be here. You're here because you're invested in our story, because it's interesting to you. Whether you like us or you hate us or you're in the middle, you are here because you're invested in what we have to say and what we're doing and our lives. And yes, we do put out our lives publicly, and we are subject to criticism. But what we're not subject to is slander, defamation, and extortion and exploitation. Thank you so much to the 30 people that are here. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Feel free to chat in the chat. I'll get to the chat messages when I can. So who's really exploiting Don? I've been accused of exploiting my woman. I've been told by these many various haters out there that I shouldn't bring Dawn onto my show in the condition she's in and blah, 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 right? Okay. Who are you to say when I should bring my lady on to a show or not? The only two people that can decide that are her and I. And to be very, very clear, Dawn asked to be on that show. She wanted to be on that show. I asked her, I said, are you sure you're ready for this? Do you need some more time to recover? Do you need some more time? Is this too much for you? Is it too stressful for you? I don't want to overwhelm you. She said, no, I need to get back out there. This is for my recovery. This is for support of our channel, for support of you, support of us. And I don't care what these people say, right? So she was the one that was determined to do this. She wanted to do this. Now, you're hearing it from my mouth. Pretty soon you're going to hear it again from her mouth. I'm going to share more about that in a little bit. So she wanted to do this, right? Now, I've been accused of not taking care of Dawn. I've been accused of Dawn's deteriorated since she's been with me. I've been accused of all that. Okay? Now, these people that are accusing me of this and accusing Dawn that she's not well or she's ill or some people are saying she's deathly ill. Dana, Adventure AZ channel, I understand where your legitimate concern is coming from, but honestly, Dawn is not deathly ill. You're taking it way too far. What you're doing, Dana, is comparing it to what you went through. And let me tell you something. What you went through is a lot worse than what Dawn's gone through. I'm not trying to take anything away from Dawn, but we're going to keep it real. What you went through is a lot worse. And I'm sorry that there was nobody there for you. Like I've been there for Dawn every step of the fucking way. No one deserves to be alone during those times, Dana, Adventure AZ. But how can you come out here and say that my woman is deathly ill? Because of a picture that Jamie showed on an illegal simulcast of a members-only live stream that Don and I were doing for our members only. That show was supposed to be for our members only, not publicly viewable. But what did Jamie do? He bought a membership on my channel. He circumvented the system more than he already has. He bought a membership on my channel, and then he rebroadcasted our paywalled members-only live stream to his Rumble audience. And that's how you saw it, Dana. You went over there and supported Jamie. You went there and you saw that. That's the only place you could have seen that because you're not a member here. You didn't have to go over to Jamie's Rumble to see that, but you went there because people told you to go there, right? So in essence, whether you like it or not, you supported a man that's being abusive to my woman online, that's exploiting my woman online. He is the one that is exploiting Dawn. Why? Because he rebroadcasted a paywalled live stream that was supposed to be only for our members. No one else would have known about this. And all of this would not have happened had Jamie not purchased a membership with the intent to circumvent the YouTube system and then go to Rumble to avoid having his channels here on YouTube removed because he's already he's already been banned off the platform. And he knew if he rebroadcasted the members-only paywalled live stream here on YouTube, he would have been removed on all his channels. Regardless, he went over to Rumble, he rebroadcasted it, accused me of exploiting her, and accused me of all these things, and accused Dawn of all these things, right? And then made $100 and something off it. I don't care about the money, but the fact that you made money stealing my paywalled content further proves that you are the one that exploited Dawn, and you continue to exploit Dawn for your own personal monetary gain. If you really care about Dawn, Jamie, then PayPal me the $150 you made on that show. You won't do that. You want to prove that you were not exploiting her? Then send me that money to my PayPal. PayPal.me/Coach Eli. You won't do that. So you exploited her, you extorted from us, and you exploited her and us. And you should be ashamed of yourself. And to your people out there that are saying, I'm exploiting Dawn, no, I'm not exploiting Dawn one bit. Dawn's my business partner. She's my best friend. She's my lover, and she's doing just fine. And because you folks felt like, she's, ill or something, or not doing well, you're totally wrong about that. Just because she's a bit underweight, she's underweight. She knows that. We all know that, right? The reason why she looks different is because she's a bit underweight. But besides that, you folks have no fucking idea what her vitals are. All of her vitals are good. Her blood tests are good. Her blood pressure is good. She has no fever. Okay. Her heart rate is good. Her oxygen level is good. It's all good. Her ankle's healing properly. So she's a bit underweight. And because of that, you guys are assuming she's deathly ill. No, she's lost weight because she's been on a lot of medication. She went through a lot with her daughter. It was very depressing for her. When people are depressed, they don't eat as much, right? So she lost that weight, and now we're working with her doctors to help her gain that weight back. And it's been difficult. It's been difficult because of everything she's dealing with medically. Now, many of you think that alcohol is the problem. No, it's not. Her and I have a beer every now and then. I like to drink some hard lemonade or hard peach flavored drinks from the same beer company she likes, Voodoo Ranger. We like Voodoo Ranger. Hold on a second. Give me a second. I'll be right back. I'll be right back. I thought I heard something. I heard the dog jump up. Give me a second here. All right. So Dawn just got up and she went to go get something from the dresser. All right. It's all good. Yeah, and the person botting me, I just cannot believe it's obviously Jamie botting me, because it's either Jamie or Raleigh botting me, because those guys are always on my nuts watching me 24/7, right? Just stop botting me. Just stop doing it. You don't want me to see my actual numbers? I mean, seriously, how much longer are you guys going to play this game? How much do you guys want to try to antagonize me? Because let me tell you something. If I really wanted to antagonize you guys, I could antagonize you guys to the level of where you would never show your face out here again. I could. But I'm not a bully like you guys are. I'm not. And I'm not insecure or immature or mentally and emotionally unstable like you guys are. Now, maybe there's a slight chance that there's truly 115 people here, because there are a lot of people that are invested in this story. But no, it's going up way too fast. They're botting me again, right? They're botting me again. Give me just a second, folks. Give me a second here. All right. We're good. Just had to check on a few things there, okay? So yeah, you're the one that's exploiting Don. And there's a ton of proof on it. Obviously, if you purchase a channel membership on my channel for $4.99, and I know every single other member on my members list, I know every single other member on my members list. So I know which account was yours. Okay? So I have proof there. You purchased that with the intent to rebroadcast the return of Don for your own selfish fucking benefit gain. You don't give a shit about Don, dude. You don't. You know how I know that? Because you don't really even give a shit about yourself. So how in the world can I expect you to care about anyone else when you don't even care about yourself? Because again, like I mentioned to you on my previous stream, my Walking with Purpose stream yesterday, why don't you look at yourself in the mirror, stand tall, and why don't you focus more on your health, dude? Because from pictures I've seen about you that people have put out, that you've sent them behind the scenes out of frustration, they put them out after you did crap to them. Like, you're not looking pretty healthy yourself, dude. And you're much younger than Don and I by like 10, 11 years. You're very unhealthy. Yet you have the nerve to criticize my woman's health. You got to practice what you preach, dude. Now, I practice what I preach. So I practice what I preach because, number one, I'm in good health. I'm in decent shape. I take care of myself. So I'm not going to sit there and I don't even really criticize anyone's health. If I see that someone's unhealthy or out of shape or overweight, I say, hey, look, it's not healthy for you to be at this weight level. Okay? This is what you can do to turn that around for you. That's giving some solid, friendly advice. I'm not attacking the person. I'm not shaming them. But you're attacking and you're shaming for your own personal fucking gain. You know it. You have no care for anyone besides yourself. So don't come out here and tell me that, you really care. Don't try to play it off like you're some sympathetic guy on your panels with Mrs. Ka, who used to be a nurse. And by the way, Mrs. Ka, you can sit there and try to diagnose Don's situation from afar while laughing at it at the same time. Now, I do appreciate the fact that you said, hey, it's not my fault. It's not the health condition Don is in has nothing to do with me. But I've done my part ever since I've been with her to help her better her health. And it is a process. It is a long process. And when you love someone, you go through that long process with them, right? But you can sit there yourself and try to diagnose this whole thing based on some picture that, Jamie took from our live stream to a picture that is a year old. Now, why would you do that? Why would you do that? If you really cared, Jamie, you wouldn't try to shame Don, or more so, it's not even Don you're trying to shame. You're using Don to get to me. And let me tell you something, Jamie, you're not getting to me because I'm not going anywhere. You're not going to run me off this platform and everyone's going to know what you've done, and you're not ruining my name. You're not affecting me one bit. And I'm tackling this head on so people know how much of a piece of crap you are for doing this. Everyone that's known you for a while knows your motive, knows your intention. You're all about one thing, whatever it takes to make money, right? How low can you go for your content to suffice the needs of your audience, right? Mrs. Ka, if you used to be a nurse like Don was, and you truly care about people, you wouldn't be sitting there, attacking this situation. Obviously, you enjoy this type of content because it entertains you and makes you feel better about yourself, right? Let me tell you something. This type of content, no matter how down on my luck I would be or how happy I would be, this type of content is not entertaining to me. This is talking about people's real lives. And just because you folks want to create drama on YouTube and trash talk people for entertainment purposes per se, doesn't mean there aren't people out here that want to create real content like myself, along with many others. And we want to help people that, you folks are attacking. We want to help those people, right? Don is doing great. The only thing that we're working on now is putting some weight on her. And we've got a lot of doctors that are working with her. She's waiting to see some other specialists. We're in progress. She has the absolute best health care possible. Mrs. Ka, you live in Sacramento, California area. Not in Sacramento, but in the foothills. So you've heard of Sutter Health. They're a nonprofit organization. And they run a lot of very high quality, wonderful medical clinics all over Northern California, including the Palo Alto Medical Foundation. You know what that is. You're a nurse. You know about that. Okay. They are the absolute best doctors on the planet. They are Stanford doctors primarily. Dawn has excellent insurance with $3,000 max out of pocket, which we've already paid, by the way. We've already hit the max out of pocket. It's not a laughing matter, but it is kind of funny because now everything that, she needs for the rest of the year is covered 100% by insurance. And Dana, let me tell you something. You mentioned that you didn't have insurance or something happened with your insurance. The most important thing, folks, out there is insurance. You've got to get insurance no matter what it costs you. Typically, if you work for someone else, okay, you can get insurance through your company for pretty cheap. Your deduction is pretty cheap through payroll deduction every month. Typically anywhere from $20 to $50, maybe in some cases $100 a month. That's pretty cheap. If you can get insurance for $100 or less each month for one person, now, for two people it's going to cost more. But for one person, if you can get insurance for $100 a month or less, that's very cheap. There's no reason why you shouldn't have and have good coverage, right? So I don't know what happened to you, Dana. I don't know why you didn't have insurance. And also, Dana, have you heard of the Affordable Health Care Act that President Obama, a wonderful liberal man that started that and basically tried to get us the same type of health care, universal health care that Canada has? Well, it's not the same thing, but it's pretty close, and it's better than what we had. So there's no reason why every single American shouldn't have health care due to the Affordable Health Care Act. If you didn't have health care, Dana, that's something that you fumbled the football on. I'm sorry. I'm just keeping it real. So Dawn has the best health care. And every time that she's been in the hospital, she's been in the hospital a few times because Dawn has seizure disorder. She's had an average of 3 seizures per year. And she's now on anti-seizure medication for that. Okay? And she has some neurological issues. It's not a laughing matter. And the neurological issues sometimes, are going to affect how you appear and stuff, how you react, right? You folks have no idea what's going on, yet you want to run your mouths. You want to flap your beaks all over YouTube like you think you know everything, and you don't. I don't know everything. I've been accused of, Eli thinks he knows everything. No, I talk about things I know and I've experienced. If I have no experience in something, or if I don't fully know someone's medical condition, I'm not going to say that Dawn is deathly ill. If you want to state an opinion and say, hey, you know what? I really don't know what's going on, but in my opinion, Dawn doesn't look well. If you folks were to come out and say that, then I could respect that. But you folks are coming out here and stating facts that my woman is deathly ill. You're stating this as facts that ever since Dawn's been with Eli, her condition deteriorated. No, it's actually greatly improved. The only thing that makes it look otherwise is she's lost weight due to many things she's dealt with in the past year. Okay? But see, guys like Jamie are going to blame everything on me because I am his content. He lives and dies Coach Eli content. He lives and dies Coach Eli content. To the point of where, like I've been saying, he purchases a membership on my channel to basically rebroadcast my paywalled content because Don was coming back and he wanted to exploit that and extort money from us. And that's where I draw the line. And, here's the thing. Here's the thing, Jamie. We're not going to take legal action on you. I'm going to tell you how we're going to handle this because we're going to handle it even better than that. And you're just going to burn yourself because we have more than enough between the rebroadcast of the paid members only stream where you did everything you did, plus you used that content that was paywalled privately for our members only. But then the other stream you did yesterday, I got both those downloaded. Imagine showing both of those to let me ask you this. What would you think the judge that ordered that restraining order on you by Granny's Watching Jess, what would you think the judge would say if I sent those 2 videos to that judge? He would say, man, I definitely made the right decision on this guy, right? And you know it. You know it. You know it. You know there's more than enough there for us to take action. But you just don't stop. You don't stop. And you're never going to stop. You're never going to stop until either A, you are legally banned off the internet by the FBI or something like that, or you're dead. That's the only 2 ways you're going to stop. We've all come to the realization that you're never going to stop. So in order for us to be able to have, our fair place here on the platform, we got to handle things differently. Because obviously the law is not going to stop you. Unless you're in jail, the law is not going to stop you, right? It's not going to stop you, right? And I don't want to see anyone go to jail, Jamie, or anything like that. But the bottom line is, you're pushing the envelope because for some reason, you feel this is the only way that you can make ends meet. Like the amount of grifting you've done lately, the amount of underhanded shit you've done lately to make $100 here, $100 there, to scrape by to pay your bills is absolutely pathetic, dude. It's pathetic. It's just pathetic. It's the most pathetic thing I've ever seen. And I just don't see how anyone can respect someone that does this type of work for a living, especially if you're going to go after another man's woman, right? Like you've gone after Dawn, right? You basically exploited Dawn and extorted from us to get to me. That's what you're trying to do. And you're not getting to me. You're not getting to me. But I want to raise awareness and make people aware because I'm going to continue to talk about this all over YouTube. I'm going to go on panels with many of the people that used to be a part of your group, a lot of the women. I'm going to collaborate with them and I'm going to share my stories and we're going to raise more awareness and we're going to all grow together and grow past you. And then it won't matter. Then you'll be left in the dust all alone. We're going to leave you high and dry. That's what we're going to do. That's way better than any RO would ever do. Okay? And I'm a man. I want to handle things the manly way, right? I want to handle it in a way where I'm outwitting you, out YouTubing you, And I'm going to raise so much awareness that the whole script is about to be flipped on you. The whole script is going to be flipped on you. And all you're going to have left are 20 or 30 people that no matter what you do, no matter what you say, no matter how much you harm someone or not or whatever, they're going to always be there to donate to you because they themselves like that content because it fills some kind of void that they're lacking. It helps pass the time of whatever miserable thing they're dealing with that they don't want to deal with. That's the truth of the matter. We're at 35 minutes. I'm probably going to take a quick break and come back for another 30 minutes in a few because I have a few more things to say. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? You put the letter Q in the chat. There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. How are you doing, Sandra? Good morning to you. Dawn also has in-home care. So whenever you're in the hospital for whatever reason, like a broken ankle, there have been a few times where she had a seizure and, we took her to the hospital just to make sure that she's okay. And whenever you go to the hospital, okay, you have the option through your insurance to have follow-up visits for a few months through in-home care companies. As soon as yesterday, Dawn had a home healthcare nurse come and take her vitals, check her PICC line, okay, check her out completely, and everything was fine. Okay. The only thing that we need to work on is her weight. Hey, Sandra, how you doing? Thank you for being here. Again, remember, there's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Okay. Yeah, so I really don't understand how people can sit there on the internet and based off of what one guy did on an illegal rebroadcast of our members only paywall live stream, he put a comparison shot, and then all of a sudden, now you're all doctors and nurses, and you're diagnosing Dawn as deathly ill. Well, Dawn's going to be coming live with me very soon. I'll mention more about that after the break, okay? And, she's going to doll herself up more this time. Dawn has been resting a lot, and she's had a lot of fatigue due to her ankle and being on a lot of medication. She's also been on medication for the pain of her ankle, because when you break your ankle and you're recovering, there's pain, and you take medication for that. There's specific medication for that. Someone that would know about that would be Susie, because you've been on that type of medication. Susie knows about pain medication for muscles and bones and stuff like that. And it makes you tired and drowsy. And it makes you sometimes sound a bit loopy in that. That doesn't mean my woman's a drunk. My woman's not a drunk. She has a beer every now and then. She's not an alcoholic. At one point, she was struggling with it, but she's not an alcoholic. Nope, it's not that. If she was in such a bad place with alcohol, the in-home care nurses would see that and they would report that. And every single time she's been checked out, she's been absolutely fine. Absolutely fine. So yeah, tomorrow both Dawn and I are going to doll ourselves up. Good morning, Jules. Is that you? Give me a second. That is Jules. Yeah, Jules, we're going to go ahead and add you as a moderator. Welcome to the mod crew. Welcome back. Jules, did you notice I retracted your copyright claim or my copyright claim on your Clipper 2 channel? We're all good, Jules. You can use whatever you want. I give you my blessing because I like you and you're fair and you're nice. You can, if you want to re-upload an entire stream, Jules, I won't flag you just because I like you and I give you my blessing. I'll tell you what's cool now. YouTube, through the copyright match tool, when you put a copyright takedown on someone, you can now go to the back end of YouTube and retract the claim, and it immediately restores the video. You don't have to send an email to copyright@youtube.com. Now, back in the days, many years ago, when we used to have what was called the video manager, before they changed things over to this new studio, which is much better than the old video manager. We used to complain about, the change, but the new studio has been incredible with the features we have and the analytics we have and just what we can do now. It's amazing on YouTube. But it used to be on the old video manager, you can go in there and retract the claim, but they ended up taking that away. So for the longest time, to retract a copyright claim on someone, let's say you took someone down or you take someone down for copyright and you want to retract it, take it back so they restore their video, because let's say you work it out, right? You had to send an email to copyright@youtube.com. I didn't notice, Eli. Thank you. Well, check it out. It's back. Yeah, you're welcome, Jules. The Clipper 2 channel, right? Yeah, you're very welcome, Jules. Hey, Donna, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Thank you for continuing to be a channel member. Thank you to the 13 likes. It shows that there are some genuine people here. We appreciate that. So yeah, I'm getting everything regarding Don out of the way during the first part of the show. If you missed the first part of the show live, go back and check out the replay. I'm going to just mention a few more things and take a quick break and come back for another 30 minutes because I have more to talk about. I've got some things to talk about regarding Jamie again. More things Jamie is doing. He just continues to, live and die Coach Eli content. Like he just wants to ride me till there's no tomorrow. And don't take that out of context, even though some of you will. But yeah, I mean, I honestly think that this dude is, he's live and die my content. His audience right now is probably at least 70% Coach Eli haters. So if he doesn't cater his content to me, he makes no money. Yes, you struck Clipper 2, LOL. It's all good. Thank you for retracting it. You're welcome. I didn't know it was you. I forgot it was you. I thought it was like one of Jamie's people or something. Jules, if I knew that was you, I would have never taken that down. But yeah, the copyright match tool picks up it. If you saw my copyright match tool and how much, how many people have used my content on this platform, you would flip your lid. Just at the meeting, I'll have to catch up again. No worries, Donna. No worries. Thank you for being here, by the way, once again. Thank you, Jules and Sandra. Zero Jules says, I'm gardening at the moment, so I'm listening in, making the most of it. Not raining. LOL. Wonderful. Wonderful. All right. All right. So let me make it very clear. Don is not dying. Don is not deathly ill or sick. She's underweight for the reasons I mentioned. It stems back to, her daughter getting married and us not being invited. She was depressed over that, and she's worked through that. She's worked through all the depression. She's worked through all the anxiety. Yes, she still has medication for that, and she can take the anxiety and depression medication as needed. So you have that in case you have, some days that you're struggling with anxiety and depression. You take that medication, right? But she's worked through that. But it took a toll on her. And what happens when people are depressed over stuff? They don't eat. I've been depressed before, and I've lost a ton of weight while being depressed. I've been depressed in the past over ex-girlfriends leaving me and stuff. It happens. She lost weight because of that. And plus, she's been on all this medication, and it's affected her appetite. But she's gaining it back, and her doctors have her on a great regimen. Every single day, Dawn drinks at least one Ensure Complete, 350 calories. Ensure Complete's top of the line Ensure product. They're I get them, they're hard to find. I get them from Walmart. They're about $13 for a 4-pack. They're not cheap. But Ensure Complete it's 350 calories for 10 ounces. That's a lot of calories. And and there are a lot of, nutrients in that. But she's also eating solid stuff. Dawn loves salmon. She has salmon quite often. She likes garlicky, creamy mashed potatoes, and other things. So, we're working with her on her nutrition. Once Dawn gains about 10 to 15 pounds, then you will see the difference. That's all. That's all it boils down to. But you folks want to make a big deal out of it. Now, if you have legit concern, Dana, I honestly think your concern is legit. Not because you give a shit about me. I don't think you give a shit about me. I think you do care about Dawn or other women. I think you more so care about comparing it to what you went through and putting yourself in Dawn's shoes. As far as I'm concerned, Dana, you don't respect me. You don't give a shit about me. I honestly don't have any problems with you. I wish you nothing but the best, right? But that's why you reacted, Dana, Adventure AZ channel, because you've been through it. And you said you had no one there and you had no insurance. Well, let me tell you, Dawn has had me every step of the way. She's had the best insurance and the best doctors and all of that. And I'm not trying to throw it in your face. What I'm trying to say is that her and I have got this. And we shouldn't have to feel the need to come out here and explain ourselves to a bunch of crazy people on YouTube that don't like our content. The reason why I'm doing it is because there's one person out there that has been abusive and harassing and defamatory and continues to do whatever he can to destroy my name out here on YouTube. And let me tell you, Jamie, it's never going to happen. You're never going to get rid of me no matter what you do. And the more and more you keep coming at me, like I said, the more and more you keep coming at me, the more you keep fighting it, the more I'm going to talk about it. I'll still create my other content, right? I have 2 channels. I'll separate it. But the more and more that you keep coming at me, the more and more every day I'm going to make it my mission to go all over YouTube and get on every single panel that allows me to pop on and share my story and make them aware of what you're doing to myself, what you're doing to Dawn. And I'll tell you, you have a lot of enemies out here. As a matter of fact, Jamie, the truth of the matter is you have way more enemies than I do. The reason why you're making any money is because you have one dedicated group of people that are so loyal to you that they keep donating. If you didn't have that group of people, dude, you'd be out of business. You're up early, Coach. Good morning, Richard T. Rebuildable Ryan. I mean, Dawn is small, so it would only take 5 pounds to make her look much better weight-wise, but also vice versa. It only takes 5 pounds to make her look underweight. I'm 210 pounds. If I was sick, I would. I don't know. You kind of didn't finish your sentence there. Furthermore, you said rebuildable, Ryan. So have a lot more room to lose weight before I look underweight. Most must be hard being smaller. Yeah. Yeah, love is beautiful. That's a great idea. I was looking into that on Amazon yesterday, and I'm gonna look more into it because I've actually had friends that have used weight gainers and they do work. So yeah, that's a good thing. If you can get about 1,500 calories for about 10 to 12 ounces, or even 16 ounces, 1,500 calories, that would be great. Thank you for that. That's a very, very, very good response. Jason, hey, how you doing? It's not only Jamie, it's that group of haters that spur him and pay him. Yeah, no, if those people weren't paying them money, he wouldn't do this. That's an obvious thing, right? That's an obvious thing. But I appreciate it. Rebuildable Ryan, thank you so much for being here. It's great to see you, man. It's been quite some time. I've been on the main channel too. I was on the main channel doing in-studio streams there for a few months because I needed to get some content on there, so they wouldn't remove me from the YouTube Partner Program over there. But I'm back here to doing all live streams, and the main channel is going to go back to doing pre-recorded content. But yeah, so just to wrap up the Dawn thing, Dawn is not deathly ill. She's not dying. She's in good hands. She's a little bit underweight. Okay. So, quit over exaggerating things. I know some people may have some real concern, but the truth of the matter is the reason why, I'll just share this now because I want to get to other things afterwards. The reason why she appeared that way on the show, she was kind of sitting back after a while. You know why? Because she was pissed off that you're stealing our members only content, Jamie. Because she wanted to come and do the show to provide value for our members. Because she wants to help me build the business. She was mad at you. And she was also not happy that I kept talking about it, and I don't blame her. And she was right. Now, she wasn't mad at me. She was just unhappy that I kept talking about it. She wanted to move on and do the show. And I don't blame her. I don't blame her for it. But I was telling her I wanted to talk about it because I wanted the rebroadcast of his to have my voice on there stating that I disallow that. I didn't give him permission, and he's rebroadcasting a members only live stream. So I explained to Don why I talked so much about it, because I wanted to have my voice on his broadcast. So if I ever need to use evidence in the future for whatever, it's there. Make sure it's a quality line, though. Cheaper brands don't taste good. Yeah, no. I like Ensure level quality, but that's exactly what I'm going to further research today. I got to check Costco, Costco.com. Costco has some good deals on stuff. Those weight gainers are not cheap, but for my woman's health, I will do anything. So that's all it boiled down to. She looked distraught because she was distraught because she's just tired of your abuse. She's tired of your harassment. She's tired. And it's not even, you know what? She's more upset about what you're doing to me, Jamie, than what you're doing to her, because she knows you really aren't coming at her. She knows you're trying to use her to get to me. So that way your audience can be entertained and you make money. That's all it boils down to, man. That's all. So Don is good. Stick around after the break. I have an announcement to make regarding when Don and I are going to go live again. So she can actually pretty much talk about what I just talked about. She's going to share with you folks that I'm not exploiting her. If anyone's exploiting her, it's Jamie. He actually is exploiting her. If you guys in the chat that know the story feel that Jamie is exploiting Don and myself, but more so Don, to try to get to me for clicks on his channel or for clicks to make money, put a 1 in the chat if you feel that Jamie is exploiting Don and he's trying to make it come off to his people like I'm exploiting her to cover up what's really happening. People aren't dumb, Jamie. People are not dumb. Put a 1 in the chat. You feel like AZ Prod. Howdy, how you doing, brother? Welcome to the show. All right. Jason, I used Ensure when I got glandular fever and lost weight. It's brilliant. Well, I mean, you could use it if you want to lose weight because it's a meal replacement and it tells you exactly the amount of calories. In order to lose weight, you have to eat less than your body burns between your, basal metabolic rate and if you do any exercise, you burn more calories. Yeah, but in this case, we're using a higher calorie version of Ensure to not only give her the nutrients, but to give her more calories. But I was thinking exactly in the same way Rebuildable Ryan was thinking, weight gainer stuff. And that's exactly what I'm going to buy for her tomorrow. It takes a while to research it. I was on Amazon like earlier for a while. I'm going to check Costco. I'm going to check Walmart. There are a lot of places you can get weight gainer stuff. There's GNC. There's a lot of places. I just want to find something I can get in bulk at the best price and stock it up for her. Again, Rebuildable Ryan, phenomenal advice, man. Phenomenal advice. Hope you're doing well. So just waiting to hear from the chat here. Love is beautiful. Please don't take this wrong. It's just a question. Would Don even know what he's doing if you didn't discuss with her? Absolutely. She has the YouTube app. She has YouTube Premium. I have a YouTube Premium family account now. My entire household has YouTube Premium. And she subscribed to me. And anyone that's subscribed to me, when people talk about me and tag me in, she gets notifications on. Of course she sees it. Yeah, of course she knows. And here's the thing. She's my business partner. Why would I want to? I'm not trying to be rude. I'm answering your question. Love is beautiful. Why would I want to keep something from Dawn? This is the problem of why relationships don't work, in my opinion. You don't keep stuff from your partner, especially if they're your business partner as well as your lover, right? So, yeah, no, she would know. And if she didn't, I would still tell her because we're running a business. Zero Jules, Dawn doesn't strike me as though she would tolerate anyone exploiting her without her voicing it publicly. Ignore these people, Eli. Well, yes, here's the thing, Jules. A lot of people are saying to ignore it, okay? And there's a reason why I've chosen to not ignore it. And I'm going to share that reason when I come back from the break, okay? I'll share that reason when I get back from the break, and then I'm going to move on to a few other things before I go off the air. Jason, exactly, Jules. Rebuildable Ryan, is she walking yet? I bet walking with you would do wonders for her health, physically and mentally. Yes, she is walking. She was approved by the doctor that did her surgery, which is also a doctor from the Palo Alto Medical Foundation that corrected the horrible surgery that the initial doctor did out here in Redwood City at Sequoia Hospital. Okay. And no, she's walking. She's walking, but, she's walking cautiously. She has a walker. She has a wheelchair. And yes, there are times when I'm with her, she does walk. She can walk without anything. My whole thing is that she's about, I think they said she's about 75% healed the last time we went in. She's probably about 85% healed right now. But you got to get it to 100% healed so the bone gets fully healed so you don't risk re-injuring it or breaking it again. And she needs to also put on some more weight because, when you're that thin, your bone density is thinner and you're more prone to easily break it again, right? So yeah, no, she's doing just fine. She is walking and she's healing beautifully. And the staph infection is gone. Love is beautiful. I think sometimes as a man, it is better to keep some things private to protect the ones we love. Both Donna and I decided to put ourselves out here, and we understand criticism in the court of public opinion. We are okay with people criticizing us. What we're not okay with is people exploiting us like Jamie is, especially on our paywalled content. So the bottom line is we don't care about we don't care about most of the negative stuff people say. We don't care about it. What we care about is people that are intentionally, trying to destroy our business in the ways such as Jamie is trying to do by, buying a membership, rebroadcasting our members-only paywalled content, devaluing it to our audience, devaluing it from other people that would have paid for it. I'm sure some of the people over here that know Don and I went over to Jamie's channel and they like us. They went over to Jamie's Rumble to see the show. I bet you even our own people went there. It's not right. It's not right. That's stealing. That is stealing right there. Okay. Oh, wow. I didn't realize she had to have a surgery again. Staph infection. Jesus. Yeah, it was bad. The initial doctor, Rebuildable Ryan, he fucked up. And Don and I said, hold on a second. I've got cameras everywhere in the house. I can even see our living room and everything. I put cameras all over this place, outside and inside too. So that way, I know what's going on. Even when I'm out running errands, I can see if Dawn is okay. I care about her that much. And we can also watch the dogs while, Dawn and I are out at appointments and stuff. Bochi is barking at the TV. I can see him right now, the big dog. When other big dogs are on the TV, or any dogs on the TV, big or small, he barks at it. He thinks the HDTV is real. Oh man, that's funny. That's funny. I'm sorry. I'm watching my cameras. The camera system I have, it's connected through the fiber line, through the network. And I have a monitor up there, but I also have it on my laptop. There's like an app for the for Windows, and then I have an app on my phone to where we can see it anywhere. That's fair, I suppose. Yeah, no, listen. What you're hearing from these other people out here, this is all for show. Everything Jamie does is for show and to make money. That's all it is. It still doesn't make it right. And what he's doing is content theft. It is exploitation of my girlfriend. It is extorting from us. This is pure extortion because this was members only content. You're right, Dana. And yeah, we are both pissed about that. Jason says, I prefer running my own business and keeping my family life private, but each to their own. Well, we do coaching, man. And the thing is, we coach people based off of our personal life experiences. Zero Jules, I have cameras outside my home, but that's because I don't like or trust my new neighbors. Well, I just don't trust anyone. I have faith in people, but you can't just trust anyone. I mean, I trust Don and my family, but that's about it. Jason's laughing. I have cameras inside and outside. Because, I have family members here that I want to be able to watch while I'm gone. Because if something happens, I want to run back home and take care of them. I have to run errands during the days, and there are things to do. All right, so that is that. I will answer your question on why I'm not ignoring it. I think Jules was asking that right when I get back from the break. So I'm going to step away for a quick break, and I'm going to queue up some royalty-free music and come back for another maybe 20 or 30 minutes max. I have some other things to talk about. I'm just gonna put it out there because it's all so stupid. You know what I mean? So give me a second here. Let me see. Got a couple there. All right, music is all queued up. I'm going to step away for a quick break, 5 to 6 or 7 minutes or so, something like that. And when I get back, we'll talk about why I'm not ignoring this and tackling it head on. And a few other things regarding the community. Jason says, I live in a gated community. We have major issues with neighbors too. Yeah, and when you live in a gated community, you probably have an HOA, a homeowners association. And, while that can have some benefits, it also has downfalls. And I bet you have an HOA, if you don't mind sharing that. And that can be a pain in the ass. Anyway, yeah, I'll leave it at that. Stick around. We'll be right back. right, all right, all right. We are back. We are back. We are back. That's Ethan Mixell and March On from the YouTube audio library, the same guy that plays the song Double Helix that we all love so much. Yeah, all right. We're just going to scratch it and get right back down to business. Welcome back to Navigating the Modern World with Coach Eli, live here on YouTube, live on Coach Eli 2. We're back on Coach Eli 2 for the in-studio streams. Coach Eli 2 authentic live streams, the most positive place on the internet. We keep it positive, but also keep it real at the same time. And sometimes keeping it real means you have to stand up for yourself and defend yourself and defend your honor and defend your lady's honor. Okay? Nothing wrong with that. Now, let's get right back to it here because I want to get some more rest. And Dawn has another in-home care appointment later today to remove her PICC line because everything was successful regarding that. And then she's going to be on some oral antibiotics for 1 more month, if you care to know. If you want to know everything about our life, we have nothing to hide, right? So it's all good. It's all good in the hood, right? All good in the Melas hood and Ledgerwood hood, right? It's all good, right? And the funny thing is, I keep saying this, it's so funny to me that you have a bunch of anonymous people out here that don't show their face or use their name, and they want to run their mouth with no repercussions. I mean, that's just the strange thing about the internet. That's just, just the weird thing about the internet is that you have so many, unhappy, miserable people that just want to project their misery onto you. Unhappy, miserable people. Miserable, right? Jason says, we do indeed have an HOA. Yeah, HOAs are a pain in the ass, man. I remember when I used to write homeowners insurance. Condos have an HOA, and gated communities or some communities in general have an HOA because you share the common areas, right? And, you got to pay into the HOA. Your insurance is a little bit more expensive for that. It is what it is. HOAs have their benefits and their downfalls, just like everything, right? But anyway, so let me just get to this, question here that I believe Jules was asking regarding. She said, Dawn doesn't strike me as though she would tolerate anyone exploiting her without her voicing to publicly ignore these people, Eli. Yeah, we've tried ignoring them many times. It doesn't work. They keep going, and it affects our business from growing. It affects our channel from growing because Jamie and his cronies go around and they follow us wherever we go, and they send these hateful videos, and people end up, believing them, even though they've been pretty much taken out of context. I mean, some of it is true. I've made mistakes. We've all made mistakes. But those videos don't define who I am. And they don't define who Dawn is. And I've just chosen to just tackle it head on. I'm going to tackle it head on. And here's the thing. I'm going to say this to you, Jamie. I'm going to continue tackling this head on. And I'm going to see how much you can keep up with me because I really don't think you can keep up with me. I don't think you have the energy to keep up with me. All right. One thing that Coach J was saying on a stream I was on the other day on the Real Talk with Christina channel, which if you go to my community tab, you'll see I shared the link. It's several postings down. I was on a show with Christina and this other no name, no face guy that was, trying to rile me up, but I took care of him. Even though the haters say, oh, that guy destroyed Eli. No, he didn't destroy anything. He's a nameless and faceless troll. That's the bottom line. That's all he is. But after I left that stream for another 2 hours, Christina was running the stream and Coach J came on and he mentioned one thing. He goes, there's one thing I'll give Eli is that no matter what we do, no matter how hard we come at him, no matter, what we say about him or Dawn or anyone, he just doesn't stop, doesn't go away. He keeps going. because Christina was saying, I'm going to keep talking about him. I'm going to keep trying to expose him. And that's cool. Like Coach Jay said, you're going to be spinning your wheels in the mud, Christina, because it's not going to change a thing. I'm not going to go away. And there are people out here that, know that I have a big heart and soul, and same with Don. And they understand that there are people out here that are just miserable people, not in a good place. I'm not saying that's you, Christina. I do honestly think you're going through some stuff, and this is an outlet, and this is helping you, blow off some steam. But yeah, if you want to keep talking about me, Christina, no problem. Let's see how long you can last. Nothing outlasts the Energizer, and I'm the Energizer Bunny. I'm the Energizer Bunny. There's a video I did when I used to network back in the days. I used to run networking events and do presentations. And there's a video of me doing an Energizer Bunny skit at a networking event. And it's still out there publicly, I think on my Elias Melas channel that I've had since 2009. And yeah, I'm sure people will refer to that video because I mentioned that. So I wanted to put that out there because I know what people do. They're going to go and find that video now and play it on their streams. I bet you Jamie will do that. That's what he does. He's just an antagonizer that has nothing better to do than just poke the bear. But yeah, I'm tackling this head on. I'm not going to stop talking about it unless he stops talking about it. If he stops coming at me, stops rebroadcasting me, stops exploiting Don, then I'll stop and I'll move on. Until then, I'm going to keep talking about it. I'm going to go on other panels and talk about it. And that's just how it's going to be. And we're just going to, share the truth with people and make people aware that this is what's really going on. Okay. It's exploitation. It's harassment. It's defamation of character. It's just ridiculous. Right. So that is that. Now, so let me talk about when Don and I are going to do our next stream. It's going to be happening tomorrow in the late afternoon or early evening at some time. And I was talking about this on my Walking with Purpose stream yesterday, that the next time we do a stream, it's going to be publicly available, but we were going to make it a members-only chat. Well, I'm going to change that up. And we're going to actually make that stream members-only once again. I'll tell you why. Number one, if people really care about Dawn and I and they want to know, her side of the story, and they want to know what her thoughts are regarding whether she feels I'm exploiting her or not and stuff like that, we would appreciate if you would join at the $4.99 membership level, because that's what it's going to take to be able to access that show. We also want to see if Jamie's going to rebroadcast our members-only live stream once again on Rumble. Whether he does it or not, we're going to ignore him. We're not going to talk about him. And we're just going to do the show. And if he does it, I'll just download a copy of it afterwards and put it into my evidence file in case I ever need to use it. Now, I don't necessarily plan on ever taking action on Jamie or anything like that. I'm basically just downloading these because he's going to show his own cards. If he rebroadcasts us on a members-only live stream again, then it's 100% concrete proof to the court of public opinion that he's exploiting Don. Would you say, let me ask you folks in the chat here, would you say that what Jamie did on that live stream where Don and I were doing a members-only show, would you say that him rebroadcasting that and what he did was exploiting Don and myself, but more so exploiting Don with what he did? And do you feel that if he rebroadcasts our members-only live stream again tomorrow on Rumble, which we highly assume he's going to do, will that prove him exploiting Don? Because the whole point of the show is going to be about Don. And that's what he wants to do, not only to try to get to me, but to entertain his audience and stir up the pot so that way people donate to him. What are your thoughts in the chat? There's a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. So That's going to happen at some point tomorrow night. Members only. Please get your $4.99 channel memberships. The $2.99 one will only get you members only live chats that are publicly viewable. The stream publicly viewable with member only live chats. That's a $2.99 level. That level will not get you access to the show tomorrow. You will need to purchase at least a $4.99 channel membership to access that show live and to be able to, again, not only watch it, but also chat in the chat. Okay? So that is that. We're testing you. We're testing you, Jamie, because we want you to show your cards. The bottom line is, forget about the lawsuits. Forget about, harassment orders or defamation suits. Forget about that, James. We're testing to see how much of a piece of crap you are by the actions you take. So I'm testing you right now. I'm shit testing you. Let's see what you do. I'm sure you're going to rebroadcast it and you're going to prove myself and Don right and everyone else. And you're just going to give me more to go on other panels and talk about. That's it. That's all. And I'm going to keep going until you burn out. Same thing with you, Christina. If you want to come at me, I'm going to keep going until you burn out. And trust me, like Coach Jay said, you will burn out. I will not stop. I have all the energy in the world. I'm 50 years old. I'm still going. I'm in good health. I'm in good shape. And I've got the energy. And I'm going to keep going until you folks stop, until you burn out. I'm going to keep going. Richard T., he's not exploiting Dawn. He's using her as a tool to make you lose your cool. That's exploitation, dude. Come on, Richard T. Megan VR. Hi, Eli. I can tell that you care about Dawn, and I know you said she's going to be on antibiotics for another month. Please make sure that she is taking a good probiotic to replace the good bacteria. She's already on the probiotic stuff. She's got everything. Thank you for that. I appreciate it. Megan, thank you so much. Much love, much appreciation. Yeah, no, listen, the only thing that is left to do is something I started looking into yesterday that also Rebuildable Ryan suggested, is get her on a highly caloric weight gainer. So basically, for the same volume as an Ensure 10-ounce bottle or so, instead of only getting 350 calories for 10 ounces or 12 ounces, you get 1,500 calories. So thank you, Megan. Greatly appreciate it. How'd you find out about the channel? Have you been here before, or are you new here? Let us know, please. Love is Beautiful. He's actually streaming you right now. Oh, fantastic. Fantastic. He's back to streaming me again. Oh, no, I understand that. I understand that, Zero Joules. But the bottom line is, I'm going to keep growing my audience. And eventually, it's going to get to the point of where there's no value for him to do it, right? Let's see. Yeah. It's on the Coach Legion channel. If you folks, just give me a second here. Yeah, that's fine. We're just going to keep on downloading all this and putting it in an evidence file of harassment. That's all it is. He is an obsessed little man. That's all you are, dude. Yeah, and dude, you're going to restream the members only tomorrow, and you're going to prove that you're exploiting Dawn. And we're just going to make a mockery out of you all over YouTube, dude. You're going to be made a mockery of. I'm going to get with every one of your ex-girlfriends. I'm going to go on their panels, and we're just going to talk about you. And we're just going to share everything. And we're just going to build a bigger community of people that it's going to overwhelm what you're doing, man. It's all good, dude. It's not a big deal. It's not a big deal. Let's see if you can hang, man. Let's see if you can hang. Why don't you show your face, dude? Why don't you show your face and your body, dude? Are you ashamed of yourself? If you folks think that James is ashamed to show himself on camera, put a 1 in the chat, because he hardly ever goes on camera. And when he goes on camera, he never shows his body or anything. Like, you never see, him below like the head and stuff, right? Right. Anyway. All right. So a couple other things here. Megan is from Granny's. I've got to head out. Have a good stream. Hey, Megan, I work in home health with seniors, and we are constantly helping them with this issue. Hey, Megan, do me a favor. I've always liked, Granny's watching Jess. Jessica, I think, is a good person, and she's received a lot of scrutiny from, who as well, obviously Jamie. Next time that you're in her chat, or if you communicate with her, let her know that I'm interested in doing a show with her. I can come on her channel. She can come on mine. Doesn't matter. Probably better to do it on hers. And I want to talk about this. I want to talk about the Jamie situation. I want to share how abusive he's being towards Dawn. How he's doing the same thing to myself and Dawn that he did to her. And Sabrina Garza, welcome. You put the number 2 in there. Yeah, I unbanned you here, Sabrina Garza, because you became a channel member, and I'm thinking that, you want to be reasonable, and, I don't think you're a bad person. Welcome back. If I looked like an Opa Lumpa, I'd hide myself too. Well, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. Jason says, who cares what these haters do or say? It's just childish banter, which is part of being a public figure. You don't understand, Jason. If that's all that Jamie was doing, number one, rebroadcasting members only live streams, regardless of where he does them, takes money out of our pocket, and devalues the paying members, because he's putting that out there publicly for everyone to see for free. So that's a problem. And him going around, this guy has so much time on his hands. All he does is sit at home on his chair and rots all day and surfs YouTube, trolls people, harasses people. Everywhere I go, he infiltrates those people. For example, I'm going to talk about Real Talk with Roy. After my Walking with Purpose stream yesterday, I said, you know what, screw it. I'm going to go on Jamie's show. He was rebroadcasting me. Actually, I was on a stream with Amber, Jamie's ex-internet girlfriend, and Country Joe CJ. And I went on there unannounced. And literally a minute or two after I went on there, Jamie started rebroadcasting. So the guy's watching me like a stalker, like a creepy stalker. Do you think it's okay for someone like Jamie to follow me around like a creepy stalker? Do you think that's being a creepy stalker? You're a creepy stalker, man. And next thing you know, he, was running that show after he kept running the show after I left their panel. And actually, Amber put that stream to private, or I would have shared that stream in my community wall. But he was talking with Country Joe after that, and then when I went live on my walk, he rebroadcasted my walk, right? And then after I ended my walk, I said, I'm going to go on there and just call the guy out. I'm just going to talk to him. Right? I went on there to talk to him. He gave me the option of saying, hey, should I, have the people on the panel leave? I said no. But what he ended up doing was, here's what happened. Real Talk with Roy is so triggered at, some criticism I've given him, honest, fair criticism. And he's so triggered that once Real Talk with Roy, I guess Real Talk with Roy was watching Jamie's stream or rebroadcast or whatever, right? Once I went on the Jamie stream, Real Talk with Roy came on to Jamie's panel. And the moment he came on, like, he started to trash talk me, and I left. So what Jamie probably said, I didn't watch it from that point on. I don't care. He probably said, "Oh, Eli rage quit." I don't care. Call it rage quitting, whatever. I'm not going to give Roy or you the satisfaction of, a bitch fight for men to happen. I was not going to do that. I was not going to give that to you, Real Talk with Roy. And you coming on there on someone else's show that I went on because I have an issue with him. You coming out there to try to start a fight with me, Roy, shows the kind of person you are, shows where your head is at, shows where you're at mentally and emotionally. So I was not going to be a part of that. I left because I took the mature approach. I didn't rage quit. But that's what you're going to say. "Oh, Eli rage quit." And then he'll probably make a clip saying, "Oh, Eli rage quit," right? Do what you got to do. But I was not going to give that to Roy or to you. I was not. So basically, Jamie brought him on to try to ambush me. You did. But he's going to say, "Oh, well, you said people can be on here." But you knew Roy was coming on there to pick a fight, and that's what you wanted for your audience. So guess what? I fucking left. It's on Clipper. Are you talking about when I was on Amber's channel? How are you talking about the Amber stream or the Jamie stream when I was on there? Because the Amber stream, she put it to private. Unless you clipped it from Jamie's rebroadcast, then that's that. But if you clipped it from Jamie's rebroadcast, I don't know. Well, he probably won't file a copyright on you because he's afraid of his channels going down. You see, if anyone files copyright on Jamie now on YouTube, or he files copyright, it basically flags YouTube to check his channels, and when they match it up, they'll take him down immediately for circumventing. So at least the one good thing about him having been removed from the platform and is now circumventing, in order for him to have his channels last longer, he cannot file copyright on anyone. So yeah, I mean, your behavior, Roy. Listen, I have no desire to ever communicate with you again. Like, I have no desire to talk about you. I'm only sharing this now because you tried to come on there to start a cat fight between two men, and I don't do that. I've been doing this YouTube thing for 6 years. I've been a part of those cat fights before, and I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And I've said many times, over the last several months and several years, that if I go on someone's panel and there's something funny going on, like the creator's trying to ambush me, or someone comes on and tries to attack me and the creator doesn't kick them off, then I will just leave. If I'm not respected on the platform that I'm on, if I'm not respected on the panel that I'm on, I will leave. Yes, Amber's. Did you clip it? Where'd you clip it from? Did you clip it from? You didn't clip it from Amber's. You clipped it from Jamie's, or were you screen recording it? I'll share that link. Maybe you edited it and you didn't have the Jamie parts in there. Maybe you probably got it from Jamie's rebroadcast because Amber took it down. I don't know why she took it down. I don't know. I think some people are just afraid that Jamie's going to go at it. If Jamie's going to come at you, he'll do it. Jamie is just out of control. He'll just do whatever he feels like. I clipped it directly from Amber's. Did she put it back to the public? I thought she made the stream private. Let me see here. Yeah, give me a second here. Yeah, this dude is so cringe. He names the rebroadcast Slamber. He calls Amber Slamber and Country Joke get desperate and align with Eli. No, they're just tired of your crap, dude. They're tired of your crap, and they're aligning with more and more people that you've pulled your shenanigans on, and we're just talking about it. And we're building our army to just overpower what you're doing, so that way you can't do it to us anymore. We're aligning with people that are like-minded, that are just tired of your crap. That's it. That's all it boils down to. We're not hate bonding. We're actually very happy people, with a common interest of, stopping your BS. That's it. That's it. We just want you to leave us alone, dude. We want you to leave us alone, and you just won't. You won't. You're like an obsessed, creepy stalker. If you think James is an obsessed, creepy stalker, rebroadcasting me anytime I go live, not like every stream I do, he's rebroadcasting. You think he's a creepy stalker? Catch me if you can. Hello. That's you, Amber. Actually, it's not you, because your actual channel Amber is moderated here. She probably took it down because James was broadcasting it. She will probably put it back. Oh, so he was going back. He was going back and seeking back and critiquing the whole thing. So she put it to private so he didn't have a show. Okay, that's smart. I get it. No, I screen recorded it. Oh, Jules, you're smart. You're like me. I screen record everything. Except when I'm on StreamYard from my phone, I can't screen record the show. So, I mean, I could have used OBS to screen record it while I was on my phone, but that takes a little longer to set up. On the iPhone or an Android, you can just, hit record and it'll just record everything right away. Let me see here. Catch me if you can. Isn't that the same name that Amber has on her channel? And she changed her name to something similar. Okay. All right. So, no, I'm not Amber, LOL. I came from Amber's, CJ and Granny. Catch me if you can. What do you think about, before we go off the air here, what do you think about Jamie rebroadcasting my members only live stream with Don? Do you feel that he was exploiting Don? Do you think that was exploitation? Be honest. Give a fair assessment. I know you don't like what Jamie did to Amber, and I know you probably don't like Jamie in general, but honestly, do you feel that Jamie buying a $4.99 channel membership here with the sole intent to, rebroadcast our members only live stream on Rumble, and then what he did to Dawn out there was that's absolutely asinine. Do you think he was exploiting her? Yes, he was doing it while she was live. Rain says she probably took it down because James was broadcasting it. She will probably put it back up. Okay, I already read that. Hello, Megan DR says, catch me if you can. Okay. While I wait for a few responses here, because there is a 1 minute delay between what I say and what goes out. Just a reminder, Don and I will be going live, members only, sometime later tonight. We highly assume that Jamie's going to rebroadcast it, because he still has a channel membership here for 30 days. And we're going to ignore him. We're just going to completely ignore it, and just do what we have to do what we want to do. But if he does rebroadcast it, it'll definitely prove that he's trying to exploit her. And it'll definitely prove that he's trying to extort from myself. And it'll definitely prove that he's a very obsessed little man. See, James, this is what you wanted. This is exactly what you and your people wanted. You wanted this back and forth with me. Well, let's go. You got it. We're going to keep going and see who the last one standing is. And I can tell you, it's not going to be you. You're not going to be the last one standing. That's if your channel even survives another day or two for being shut down for circumvention. Because you got to understand, Jamie, if you don't think that all of these women you pissed off in these groups, all these people you pissed off, if you don't think they're massively reporting you, for circumvention and trying to get you shut down, you're out of your mind. You know that. You know you're on borrowed time. And they're reporting your Coach Legion channel, your General Legion channel, and many other channels, even channels you put to private, they have the links. I have the links. I'm not reporting them because I don't care. I don't have time to do that, but I know they are. I have the links. You know why I have the links? Because when they do go down, I want to be able to see which ones YouTube took down. So yeah, tomorrow, probably it'll be around 6 or 7 p.m. Pacific, which is 9 or 10 p.m. Eastern. And Dawn's going to be sharing her thoughts about what people are saying regarding me. They're saying, some people are saying I'm exploiting Dawn and I shouldn't bring her on and that she's deathly ill and stuff like that. And yeah, she's going to tackle that. And yeah, her and I are going to doll ourselves up tomorrow and look as good as possible, And that's that. That's that. I'm just waiting for a few responses in the chat before we go off the air. So get your final responses, questions, comments, concerns in the chat. If I don't get a response in a minute or two, I'll go off the air and then you can comment in the comments section if you want a response. Let's see. All right. No, nobody wants to respond to the questions that were asked. That's fine. So I'm going to get on out of here, folks. Thank you to everyone for being here. I will probably do a walking stream before the members only live stream right here on Coach Eli 2. Both shows will be on Coach Eli 2 right here on Coach Eli 2 Authentic Live Streams. Please, if you want to support Don and I and watch us members only tomorrow where Don shares more about all this stuff, you need to purchase at least a $4.99 channel membership. We ask you, both Don and I are asking you to not support the rebroadcast that Jamie does. Please do not allow Jamie to take our hard-earned money out of our pocket. I mean, look, people don't have to become members. You don't have to donate. But there are people that value our content and value us and they're spending their hard-earned money to support us for this type of content. Okay. If you do want to watch the show, please purchase your membership here and show your real support. Show your real support. And if you truly are against what Jamie is doing to exploit Don and to affect my pocketbook, our pocketbook, and our business, you can show your support by becoming a $4.99 member. We would greatly appreciate that. We really would. And thank you to everyone that came over here from Amber's side and CJ's side. I'm going to actually reach out to Country Joe and set up a show with her over the next few days. And I think her and I, can have an awesome show. I think Country Joe is a phenomenal person. She's funny as hell, and she's got a big heart and soul. And she's been through a lot. She's been through a lot. I believe she's gone through some hell stuff too. And I commend her. She's also been through the ringer out here on YouTube, primarily by Jamie, but other people too. And she's still here. And she even lost monetization at one point, and she fought and got it back. Congratulations, Country Joe. Congratulations. I'm glad you got your channel or your monetization back. You got back into the YouTube partner program. So, yeah, lots of stuff coming. I'm going to keep moving forward. And, my days are busy. I take care of Dawn and what she needs. In between, I run errands. In between, I run my streams. In between, I go on panels. And, hey, any of you that do late night panels and you want to talk with me about this, I'm in. If you want to do a panel in the afternoon before I do my walks, I'm in. Let me know. If you want to do an interview with me directly about this, Coach Eli at coacheli@melas.com is my email. All right. Jason says, back to work. Chat later, guys. Thank you for being here, Jason. Thank you to everyone for being here. I'm going to go. Have a good one. Take care. And as always, be good to each other.